Have you ever felt it? That moment when everything seems perfect and then suddenly it isn't. She's there 1 second, smiling at your jokes, texting first, touching your arm, making you feel like the only man in the world. And then, just like that, she's distant, cold, almost untouchable. You replay every interaction, every word, every little thing you did, asking yourself what went wrong. Was it something you said? Something you didn't do? Or was it something deeper, something you can't see? Most men never understand the truth. They blame themselves, they overthink, they chase, they plead, and yet the pattern repeats over and over again. The truth is brutal, and it's something only a few men ever realize. Women don't lose interest because you're not enough. They lose interest because of how you show up. Because of the energy you carry, the way you react, the way you give away your attention, your power, your emotional weight too early. Desire isn't just about being kind or loving. Desire is subtle. Desire is fragile. And if you don't understand it, you'll keep losing the women you care about, no matter how hard you try. Love is not just a feeling, it's a battlefield. Attraction is a form of power, and the men who understand it, the ones who move carefully, deliberately, intentionally, are the men who women cannot forget. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He didn't write about women and men, he wrote about rulers, about princes, about power. But the same rules apply. Most men fail in love because they give too much too soon. They reveal themselves fully before the tension of mystery has a chance to form. They chase instead of lead. They react instead of remain calm. Women subconsciously test the men they let into their lives. These tests are everywhere, pulling back, teasing, changing attention, subtle withdrawal. Most men see this and panic. They overanalyze, they chase, they beg. And in those moments, attraction fades, almost without her even realizing it. The men who succeed, the ones who hold attention effortlessly, do the opposite. They remain calm. They lead with their energy, not their words. They move with strategy, even without realizing it. And in doing so, they become irresistible. One of the biggest mistakes men make is giving too much too fast, being too available, too predictable, too eager. Desire thrives on mystery and challenge, not on certainty and overexposure. When you give everything up front, when you hand her your attention, your affection, your heart too early, you kill the tension that fuels attraction. She stops chasing. She stops wondering. She stops needing you because she already has you. And when that happens, fascination fades, the spark diminishes. You might still feel love, but she begins to lose interest not because of you, but because the energy she craved is gone. Predictability is a killer. Being reliable is one thing, being boring is another. Women are wired to notice energy, to feel intensity, to seek challenge. If she can predict every word you say, every move you make, every gesture, every emotion, she stops being curious. Curiosity is the engine of desire, and predictability kills it silently, invisibly. You can try to charm, to impress, to explain yourself, but once mystery is gone, attraction fades. And the funny part is, most men don't even realize it's happening. They think effort equals love. They think over-communication equals care. They are wrong. Then there are the tests. Subtle, unconscious, almost invisible tests that women put men through to measure strength, composure, and confidence. A slight pullback in attention, a teasing comment, a sudden coldness, it's all a test. And most men fail. They chase, they overreact, they try to fix the perceived distance, and in doing so, they fail the test before they even know it exists. But the men who pass are the ones who remain grounded, calm, and unshaken. They respond with subtlety, not desperation. They allow the test to unfold without panic. They demonstrate quiet strength, and women notice. She begins to invest in you emotionally because you aren't easy. You are not a safe bet. You are a challenge, a puzzle, a mystery, and that mystery fuels desire. Emotional energy is contagious. Calm, composed, confident energy attracts. Needy, reactive, desperate energy repels. Every interaction carries a weight, a subtle signal of who you are and how you feel about yourself. If your energy is unstable, insecure, or desperate, she feels it, even if she can't articulate why. If your energy is stable, self-assured, quietly confident, she feels it too. And that energy becomes magnetic. She notices in ways words cannot describe. She begins to chase. She begins to care. She begins to invest in you without even realizing it. Strategic absence is another powerful tool, and no, this isn't a game in the childish sense. This is about creating the space that allows her to realize your value. When you are always available, you are taken for granted. When you occasionally step back, when you let her wonder, reflect, and anticipate, attraction grows. Absence creates tension, anticipation, and longing, the invisible fuel of desire. The men who understand this don't panic when she pulls away. They don't chase. They stay calm, hold their energy, and allow the natural pull of curiosity and desire to do the work for them. Most men also make the mistake of revealing too much too soon. They share their fears, their doubts, their deepest vulnerabilities, thinking this creates intimacy. It does not, at least not immediately. Revealing too much too early removes mystery. It removes the challenge, the subtle tension that keeps her invested. The right time for vulnerability comes only after desire has been established, after curiosity has been piqued, after the energy has been balanced. Until then, self-control, calm, and subtlety win every time. Frame control is everything. Every relationship has an emotional frame, the invisible lens through which she perceives reality. If you react to her moods, let her dictate your energy, or surrender your emotional balance, you lose the frame, and desire fades. But if you set the tone with calm confidence and quiet authority, she unconsciously follows, she invests, she notices, she obsesses, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. All she knows is she feels drawn to you in ways she can't explain. Chasing, over-communicating, over-explaining, panicking, revealing too much too soon. These are the silent killers of desire. Most men make these mistakes without realizing it. They think effort equals love. They think attention equals value. They think vulnerability equals connection. And yet, desire is the opposite. Desire is built on mystery, challenge, scarcity, subtle power, and emotional control. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop chasing. You stop begging. You stop losing yourself in the illusion of love. She begins to chase. She begins to invest. She begins to notice in ways that feel almost magical. This isn't manipulation. This is understanding. Understanding human nature. Understanding attraction. Understanding desire. Women don't lose interest in men who know how to balance calm, confidence, mystery, and emotional mastery. They lose interest in men who surrender their power too soon, who panic, who overreact, who chase instead of lead. Love is a battlefield. Desire is power. And the man who understands the rules, the Machiavellian truths, moves through it quietly, confidently, inevitably. He doesn't fight for attention. He inspires it. He doesn't chase. She chases him. He doesn't beg. She invests. The moment you understand this, you stop losing women to confusion, distraction, or emotional instability. You start winning. Slowly, subtly, but undeniably. Attraction isn't given. Desire isn't demanded. Both are earned through energy, presence, subtlety, and emotional mastery. The man who balances all of this doesn't just survive love, he conquers it, he becomes unforgettable. He moves through life with quiet authority, with magnetic presence, with the invisible power of calm mastery. And women notice, they chase, they care, they invest, they desire. Because here's the ultimate truth. Love is not about giving yourself away too soon. Love is about holding your power, controlling your energy, creating mystery, and letting desire build naturally. The man who masters this doesn't just attract women. He becomes the one they cannot stop thinking about, the one they cannot ignore, the one who leaves an indelible mark on their hearts. And that, my friend, is the Machiavellian truth about why women lose interest and how the men who understand it never have to face it.